Welcome into the latest edition of ESPN FC. I'm Dan Thomas, joined by Ali Moreno and Stevie Nicol. We'll kick things off as we continue to reflect on that dramatic win for Liverpool yesterday against Newcastle. Remember, Newcastle down to 10 men, 2-0 down. They got it back to 2-2, but it was a teenager that saved Liverpool's life and gave them another 3 points. Let's hear from both coaches after the game.
An unbelievable atmosphere, and for us to stay strong in that atmosphere for such a long time is worth more to me than when we play every single time out from the back and we have a 4 or a 5-0 win. This means more to me than when we play good football, because tonight had, for me, nothing to do with tactics or with good football. It was just a great game to watch, but not because of tactics or good football.
And that's right up there in terms of atmospheres that I've experienced. They couldn't have done any more. Hopefully they feel that we couldn't have done any more in terms of what we gave the game. And if we keep that connection, we'd be fine.
We were the lucky ones, because that's what we were. We were lucky to get a win over the line over here.
Yep, Arne Slot not pulling any punches as we welcome in Frank Leboeuf and Aage Fjortoft. Frank, overall, we've been critical of some boring games of late in the Premier League. We described it as a bit mediocre last season. Last night was brilliant, wasn't it?
It was, because full of surprises, full of suspense, red card, and you think, okay, the game is over, and suddenly you see the Geordies coming back and giving a hell of a game, and everything's coming crazy, and the cherry or the icing on the cake with that last goal at the last second with the young guy, that was a great game. Yeah, after you can go into details and say why, Gordon, you want to punish yourself and your team, why you want to break a leg. You can say what are going on with Liverpool, how they cannot properly defend, how they cannot finish the game at 11 against 10. But yes, in terms of entertaining, that was fantastic. I enjoyed the game, I enjoyed the spirit of the game and the atmosphere, of course. Yeah, that was a great game.
And Jan, you were there.
I was there. Fantastic atmosphere. It was one of those places, although I played for Middlesbrough, the local rival back in the days, but I must say the atmosphere at St. James's, both as a player and last night, I mean, it was unbelievable. And I'm not 100% agree with Slot. Yes, they didn't play well. Yes, 10 against 11 Newcastle were very impressive. And even at 2-2, they wanted to take the ball back to win the game. But I think the risky thing that he did there, Slot, at the end, when he put Rio and Harvin Elliott on, two small kids at Newcastle as well, as Slot was saying. It was not a normal Premier League game. This was a top football game.
Ali, Steve made a good point yesterday. This wasn't just an instinctive finish from a 16-year-old. He had time. He saw that ball coming across. Szoboszlai, of course, with the dummy, gives him that opportunity to set himself up. So many things could have gone wrong, physically and mentally as well.
But the confidence with which he approached the cross tells you that he's thinking one thing and one thing only, and it is the back of the net. He's not waiting for that ball to come to him. Once he read the run of Szoboszlai and how he lets the ball go, you see his first instinct is to step forward onto the shot. Not just allow the ball to come to him, not take an additional touch, unnecessary touch. No, I'm going to go attack it. I'm going to put this in the back of the net. And I think to that point and to that end, I would suggest that being as young as he is actually an advantage.
Right.
You don't have scars. You don't have failures.
It's a voice of experience.
Yes. you don't have misses from short range. You don't have that.
You still have all your hair.
You're thriving. You got all your hair. I joke, but at the same time, there's a point to be made there in that because you don't have failures on you and you don't have the weight of history on you, you're excited to be there and to go and get the finish and the quality with which he got the finish. I thought that was actually the one sequence. Yeah. The one sequence in the second half in which you could tell they were playing 11 against 10. The one sequence in which Liverpool actually put passes together between lines, splitting defenders, getting people in wide areas, and then you were able to exploit that man advantage, and what a finish this was. And like I said before, the fact that he attacked the service told me that he was about to put this in the back of the net.
We, of course, talked about the game a lot in detail yesterday. One thing that we spoke of briefly, and it's interesting, something that maybe the Premier League and indeed FIFA as a whole are going to have to look at, is what they do about incidents like the Konate one.
And players and coaches are upset. But if you keep things on a level playing field and referee the game and the spirit the game's being played, then what you're doing is taking that away from referees. You know, because
I suppose the problem is the referee made 2 mistakes in the fact that he didn't send off Gordon. That's rectified by VAR.
Correct.
He made a second mistake by not showing Konate the second yellow card, but that cannot be rectified by VAR because of the way the rules are written.
Right, and that's the worst example because for me, yellow shouldn't be involved in that particular incident. It should have been a red.
Sure.
But VAR should not be getting involved in anything other than red cards.
Frank, what do you think?
No, I think it's, Jan was talking about details, and for me that specific action is not about details. It's a pure, big-time picture of the game and where you have to make a decision. And even if the VAR shouldn't be involved in the yellow card, I mean, you have to be friendly with the referee and say, man, I'm sorry, really, we can't be involved, but you should have a look at that because I think you're going to be hammered by the press, the media, and Newcastle fans if you don't say it's a yellow card. So stop the game, look at it, I don't know what to do what you have to do. Because really, it's unacceptable. It's such a big thing during that game, we could have changed everything. So you cannot say it's just a detail, and ref cannot be involved in it. Yes, he has to be involved because it's important. 3 points are very important.
The problem is,
I didn't say.
Go ahead, Jan. Go ahead, Jan. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, I didn't say, Frank, that this incident was a detail. I'm just saying, in principle, when we discuss football, where is the balance between taking all details on the pitch? Because the small details in a football game can decide a game. But I do understand, that, and that's why we're talking about this today, because the tackle from Gordon, he couldn't even see. And this one, he made a wrong decision. And it's hard for anyone to understand the big difference by using the VAR there, just to clarify that, Frank.
Yeah, the problem that you're going to find if indeed you go looking for yellow cards at VAR is that there is a broader spectrum as to what can be a yellow card as compared to a red card. I think there is a well-defined spectrum in terms of what looks like a red card and what should be a red card. And that's, I think that there are certain finite circumstances in a game that call for a red card. Whereas a yellow card, there are many instances, much more so. And so now you get into really gray areas of clear and obvious times 10.
Right.
If we're struggling to find clear and obvious with the red cards, imagine with the yellow card. It becomes a very slippery slope. And I understand the premise of your thought there, Dan, and as it pertains to this particular sequence, you're saying, yeah, this could have changed the game dramatically. But there are so many instances a game in which it's a borderline yellow card, and if you're going to go to VAR every time that one of these tackles happen, now we're going into the area of re-refereeing the game over and over and over again.
Okay, I don't want to go around because obviously everyone has their opinion, and I think it's something we could do a whole show on. But I just want to move on to what we saw in certainly this game and the one we saw before. Is Florian Wirtz not making the impact, Jan, that I think many thought he would?
No, and that is a fair point. He's been a part invincible. You can see when he gets the game, he do the Wirtz things, but he hasn't found his way as, for example, a Kitike. Same with Šeško. I mean, we can't discuss how long these Bundesliga players need to adapt to English football, but he somehow hasn't found his positions in there. And I was sitting last night to compare. I was seeing the runs of Ekitike, I was seeing the runs of Florian Wirtz, while Wirtz was finding, he was not in the game, he was not in the team somehow. But Ekitike just found his position. Hey, give me the ball. I want the ball. This is where I want the ball. This is my run. I want the ball here. While Florian Wirtz is more or less searching for, shall I say, quote, quote, identity, his place in the team. So far, not so good from Florian Wirtz.
Ali, you saw a lot of him, obviously, at Leverkusen.
And part of the reason he had so much success at Bayer Leverkusen is that he had all this freedom to do whatever he wanted, whenever he wanted, and had very little responsibilities otherwise, other than finding the ball and spaces in which he could be dangerous. He still hasn't found those spaces at Liverpool, to the point that Jan was making. It's almost as if he's chasing the game rather than allowing the game come to him and then him naturally get on the turn. He is best when he's on the turn, in behind the defense, the midfield line, and in front of the back line. In that space of about 10, 15 yards, when he's on the turn and driving at defenders, that's where he does his best work. And we haven't yet seen him find that space consistently, nor have we found Liverpool control the ball enough to find him in those sort of spaces. We think about Liverpool having issues in the back line. I also think that they have had issues in controlling matches through the midfield. And part of that has to do with the fact that your possession hasn't been clean enough. It was well demonstrated yesterday playing against 10 men how difficult of a time they had in keeping the ball, even playing a man up. That, I think, affects the effectiveness and the efficiency of Florian Wirtz's match and game.
He may have to find a different spot for this guy.
Yeah.
Because right now, he's not getting on the ball. That's what he was brought in to do. But from a defensive point of view, there's no question Liverpool are struggling big time. And so he might have to move him wide. And then bring McAllister and Szoboszlai and Gravenberg as your three in the middle. Because
I agree.
Right now, the back four can't defend as a unit. And if you have a more solid middle three, then it would cut in half the amount of what the back four has to do. And so until they sort it out, they can't afford to keep letting teams get at Liverpool's back line. That's why they've lost 6 goals in 3 games. So he might have to change the way they play. He might have to switch Wirtz, in my opinion, maybe to a wide area. But at the same time, Gakpo doesn't deserve to be dropped. Are you going to drop Gakpo just because you've paid 100 million for Florian Wirtz? Tough decision.
6 days to go until the transfer window shuts, Jan. You were, of course, in Newcastle yesterday. What's the word on the ground regarding the future of Aage?
Well, yesterday the whole management was flying in from the Middle East and they were going home to Isaac. And report today is that he hasn't changed his mind. But I had what they say, a background conversation yesterday with the management of Newcastle. And I do believe them that they want him to stay. Will they end up keeping him there? That's another question. But I think they're very clear on that. There was also different rumors yesterday. Well, what happened when he came back to training? He hasn't been training with the teams, but he had been at the training ground. There were talk of the town, as they say yesterday, that the Newcastle players have reacted very, how shall I say it, very clear to Isaac what I think about his thing not being a part of the team anymore. But they are looking for replacement. Jørgen Strand Larsen, they had a £50 million bid rejected by Wolves yesterday. What we have learned is that they will be back. Because before I got on here, talk with people at Wolverhampton, they are waiting for an offer very soon from Newcastle United. But the funny thing about Newcastle, have you seen that any player that gets linked to the club comes as a replacement for Wilson, not for Isaac. So I think there is a lot to be done. But I think now it's a matter of time, because if they're going to get Jørgen Strand Larsen for Wolverhampton need a replacement.
That thin squad, what do you see now today when you start with a 6? Is it enough now?
No, I think from a player's point of view, we can only control what we do on the pitch. I think the message we sent to everyone, the league, is that we're ready. We're ready for any situation, any squad. Ultimately, yeah, we've got a thin squad. There's still 8 or 9 days until the window, so we'll see if we do some business. But it's out of our control as players. We have to just focus on what we can do, and that's going out on the pitch and performing like that.
Nico Jackson, Jan.
Yeah, but is he the answer? I think if Jackson is the answer for Bayern, this is a wrong question. I can't see how he's going to strengthen them. I can't see that. But what we're seeing now in Bayern is that, as always, there are different camps at Bayern. So one say, Uli Hoeneß say, get players on loan. Max Eberl said, I thought we were going to buy someone. And then Company is the quiet lad saying nothing. but apparently he was over to Hoeneß and well and asked for more money to strengthen his squad. Then Harry Kane, who never said something controversial his whole football career, suddenly says that our squad is thin. I'm just wondering if is he a messenger for someone?
What? Which person? Nico Jackson? Who's it a
No, I
messenger
tried.
for? Yeah.
Okay, if you followed my argument there, I said there is one guy who never says anything, who is very quiet, being the coach.
Yes.
And then suddenly, then Kane comes out and says our squad is a bit thin. So, I mean, who could be the suspect?
Nico Jackson, Ali, does this get Bayern fans excited, do you think?
Well, I don't think it should get Bayern fans excited, but I do think that Bayern Munich need numbers in the attack, because in talking about a potential injury for somebody, if anybody in that front line for Bayern Munich goes down, they just don't even have the players to step in and actually do a job. They are very thin, but that's not the only position that they're thin in. They're thin in the midfield. They're thin in the outside back position as well. If you look at the right back, it's still Konrad Laimer who's playing right back for this team, who's not a right back. The midfield line, if one of those players goes down, and then you're depending on Pavlovic and maybe Kimmich, but that's it. There isn't much more than that. And so if you wanted to really dive deep into how short Bayern Munich are, you just go into Bundesliga and their website and actually look at the squad. Not only their squad, but as compared to every other squad in Bundesliga, and you'll see that every other squad has a bunch of picture of players, whereas Bayern has a few pictures. It's the numbers
of great players.
Of great players.
Yeah.
And so they get from 1 to about 12 or 13. Beyond that, Bayern Munich is looking for answers, and maybe Nico Jackson is one of those answers.
Sticking with Germany, Jan, what's Jude Bellingham's dad been up to?
Oh, yeah. You have this brother who looks like Jude, but doesn't play like Jude. Is that fair to say?
Wow.
And the first game, there is a long relationship between the Bellingham family. Of course, Jude take the next step there before he went to Real Madrid. St. Pauli, Niko Kovac, who just extended his contract, the game away at St. Pauli. At halftime, Job was taken off, and the dad went down to the dressing room area and ended up in a heated conversation with Sebastian Kehl. And they don't like that. Wow, that is a surprise. They don't like parents coming into the dressing room in the Bundesliga. Wow, what's going on at Dortmund?
Wow, this is under-8 stuff.
This is how embarrassing. I mean, even Jude will be embarrassed about this when he hears it. Never mind Joe. Can you imagine Joby going into the dressing room on Monday morning? I can't imagine the stick.
I have a question, guys.
Oh, it's embarrassing, seriously.
Go on, Frank.
I have a question, guys. I don't know. I've been a professional player for many years. I never thought my father could have been able to go into the dressing room, without any pass, I guess, and being able to go through all securities to say a word to the coach. How those parents are able to go down with all the security that we know, or the professionalism that we know is in big clubs, and Dortmund is a big club, all those parents can go down to the tunnel and talk to the coach. How is that possible? I never thought, and I'm sure Ali's parents, Stevie's parents, and Jana's parents, I'm pretty sure, never been allowed to go in the tunnel in any stadium.
Frank,
So
I didn't think this
parents-
conversation would start with the security detail at the Dortmund game. Surely that's not the
it's
big
about-
talking
it's
point.
about-
The talking point is surely
it's
the fact
about-
that you've got
No,
a
but it's-
dad coming down and telling the staff what to do.
No, but we no, I just wanted to go another way because
Right.
we all agree that it's stupid
Well, maybe
as
we
a
don't.
parent
Maybe
to
Ali
go
thinks
to
it's a good
complain.
idea.
So, no, I'm pretty sure I know Ali, and I would never talk to Ali anymore
where's
if he
your
thinks it's a
QR
very
code?
good idea.
What I would say...
My dad was asked and is a referee, and he's 80. And the only thing my dad did with him, he went down to the referee and said, why did you do this and that? But he never went to our dressing room.
It is a great opportunity for players inside that locker room, inside that dressing room. The next time that Joe Bellingham comes into the locker room, is Daddy with you? Did you bring Daddy with you? And that's the way players would deal with it and make a joke of it, because otherwise,
good point.
Otherwise, it's so embarrassing that unless you address it as a player and make a joke of it, it's something that is going to hang on Joe's head for the rest of the season.
You've told me before, when you coached the Revs, you would have parents telling you where their kids should be playing.
One parent came up to me in pre-season in the hotel. I thought he was coming to say hello, how you doing?
Yes.
Shook his hand, and he went, "Have you ever thought of playing so-and-so wide on the left and cutting it?" I went like that. Bye. See you later.
That's incredible.
You know what? You know what? I remember talking to Patrick Vieira when he was the coach at Crystal Palace, and they say, "Are you feeling?" He say, "I'm fed up with parents." And he said, "I launched a new guy. He was a young guy, and he played like 1-2 games, and then he decided to put him back on the bench." And the day after, at the agent, the parents, they came, say, "How come do you put my kid on the bench? You know, his value would go down." He said, "He played 2 games. What kind of value he has, you know? And do you think if he will be very, very good, I would put him on the bench? And don't you think that I do it for him as well, to be back on the bench?" So that's what we have right now. And parents, they're not afraid of saying to a professional coach what they have to do. That's unbearable for me.
It's brilliant. West Ham.
Oh, no.
I think they were winning as well against Wolves. Wolves would win by 3-2. Bournemouth are out, Brentford beat them, Burnley within, Southampton beat Norwich, then Huddersfield and Sheffield Wednesday both advance on penalties. So Mauricio Pochettino announced the squad for the upcoming friendlies for the US. Of course, within a year now, the start of the World Cup. Some big names missing, including the likes of Weston McKennie, Johnny Cordoba, and also
Johnny Cardoso.
Oh, sorry, who's Johnny Cardoso? Well, anyway, Johnny Cardoso, Yunus Musa as well missing. He spoke to the football reporters on our podcast to discuss why he missed the Gold Cup.
Yeah, honestly, I was gutted that I couldn't go to the Gold Cup. The coaches, were all disappointed that I didn't go. But ultimately, I needed to make that decision for myself because I needed to switch off. And really, after a tough season, I needed that time off. And ultimately, it was, to take that period off then so that I could be in good shape to be able to carry on now. The whole season and be able to give my best for both club and national team.
You can watch that interview in its entirety, of course, over on Football Reporters. Now he discusses it as well on Football Americas. So he's joined with Herc and Alexis. Now that is available now to watch here on ESPN+. Meanwhile, La Liga action, of course, continues this week. On Saturday, Real Madrid against Mallorca is the later game at 3:30, and on Sunday, it's Rayo Vallecano against the defending champions, Barcelona. Meanwhile, some big news coming out of the Champions League. Celtic are out. Brendan Rodgers' side knocked out on penalties. Meanwhile, Jan is happy.
Who's that team that Celtic?
Once again, that's well, it's a team that are better than Celtic. Wow, is what we've learnt.
Oh.
So they are through. Celtic are out. Welcome into the latest edition of Extra Time. Thank you as always for your questions. Jan and Frank are with us. Ali as well. Stephen's here also. Now, Stevie's family was supposed to be coming through that door right now.
They're standing outside.
What are they doing, Stevie?
I mean, normal people would look through the window to see when they were coming.
Well, they are related to you. Yeah. So that's that takes away the normal thing.
Here we go.
You can come in now. Here we go. Right. Okay. They're all coming in now. This is the Nickel clan who are up from Philadelphia. You're welcome to come on. There you are. There you are. There you are.
What a host. Hey! What a host. What a host.
Here, guys. One of you come and sit here. There you are.
All right. Okay.
Oh, that's right. I think Stevie's getting a chair as well there.
Excellent.
Stevie, do you want to play a sound man for this?
Yes.
Yeah. So
wait a minute.
Okay.
What about the parents? Are the parents not coming?
No.
No one else is coming.
No, that's it.
Okay. All right.
We got Reed.
Okay. Well, I was going to ask their names, Stevie.
Reed. and Lenny.
No, they tell me their names. That's the interaction we were looking for.
Oh, you should have primed me before we started.
Well, I'm sorry about that. So it's Reed, and I hear you're a big Manchester United fan. Are you?
Oh.
Manchester United?
No, he's not.
No. Tottenham?
What's wrong with you?
Chelsea?
No.
Accrington Stanley?
No.
Grimsby?
Liverpool.
Liverpool!
I'm shocked.
There it is.
I'm shocked.
That's my ball.
There it is.
shocked.
And who is your favourite player? Favourite player?
Nunez.
No, don't listen to me.
Masala.
Mo Salah. Oh, very good. And do you know anyone who used to play for Liverpool? No, me neither.
No, nobody does it.
How can we criticize?
Really? I don't know about that. And then what's your name again? Lainey. Lainey was getting makeup and hair done.
Yes.
We went in. Looks very pretty, Lainey.
What about this string of hair right
Yeah.
here? Oh,
There you are.
Oh, styling.
There you go. Can I ask you a question, Lainey? Just between, no one can hear. What do you call Grandad? Grandad is what? Papa Tubbs?
Chubby.
Papa Chubby?
Papa Chubby.
Papa Chubby.
Papa Tubbs.
Does Papa Chubby sometimes do some smelly?
Yes!
Don't worry about that.
He does them here as well. Yes.
He most.
That's anything, yes.
Well, I think that's what the people wanted to know. That's it. Thank you very much. Shall we let them go now? Or do you want to stay here? Or what would you like to do, Stevie?
What are you going to do? You're going to
Well, make your mind up.
Yeah, Steve.
Okay, all right.
okay.
Then. For the boys, Liverpool have given us 4 goals in 2 games. What do you see as their root problem for being so porous the first 2 matches of the season? We'll go to Frank. He's the guy at the top. He won the World Cup.
Yeah, he'll tell you
Don't worry
anyways.
about that. Yeah, there he is. Well, no. Answer the question. Why Liverpool conceded so many goals?
Okay.
All right. Why is
Well
Jan,
done, Jan.
why is Jan showing a creepy teddy
That's
bear?
That's an issue, but as I always say, that's a teamwork. And I think Stevie mentioned that during the show, where they have to reinforce the midfield, the middle of the park. And that's, I think, is a key of Liverpool's season defensively. Because I don't think that right now Van Dijk and Konate are at the same level as last season. The 2 fullbacks have to settle down. We saw Slobodza were playing on that side yesterday. So Slot has to make it work. And I think maybe getting rid of one forward player and put him as a midfielder, change with somebody else, will resolve maybe the issue that they have right now.
Yeah, and what were you
And
doing?
Dan,
And what were you doing with that creepy teddy bear?
No, just a teddy bear. I mean, it's a nice teddy bear, isn't it? This is my son's. Used to be his bedroom, so I'm here. But we're talking about Papa Bellingham being criticised
Papa
for going
Bellingham,
to the dressing room,
Yes.
and then Papa Stevie is bringing his grandchildren.
Yeah,
love
I know.
that.
Papa
But,
Tubbsy's here.
Yeah, I did.
No
I did,
security. Call the security.
It's your QR code.
I did Bournemouth Liverpool, and I interviewed Gakpo in one of those places, and I asked him, well, how can you concede so many chances in games? What I didn't see was that Van Dijk was standing next to me, being interviewed by another TV channel. So when I was finished, Van Dijk came to me, what do you mean we conceded a lot of chances? And I said, yeah, you do. Can you prove it? And thank God I had my notes. So I said, yeah, after 6 minutes, Semenyo should have scored on that cross. Yeah, but you say we conceded a lot of goals, and I say, but Virgil, I mean, if you're world class, you shouldn't concede anything.
Yeah.
So he was smiling, but at the same time, I think, I'm not saying they're under pressure, but I'm quite sure that this is the talking point at Liverpool at the moment, because they are conceding, not only they conceding goals, they're conceding a lot of chances all the time. And we're talking about that with this partnership in the middle. Also, Kerkez going forward. You got Frimpong who loves to go forward. Well, he didn't play the last game. Then Szoboszlai had to play at the right back. So the balance, as Stevie was saying in the show, the defensively balance at Liverpool at the moment, not very good.
I know you can't hear what's going on at the moment, guys. Yeah. I promise you, you're missing nothing.
No.
Okay.
We're losing the kids. We are losing the crowd.
Basically, Virgil van Dijk hates Jan.
Yeah.
That's all you need to know. Ali, how long into the season did they feel at your physical peak? Did you ever feel the physical?
What does that mean, man? The physical peak. I would say about 3 or 4 games into the season.
3 or 4 games.
And then that would last about 3 or 4 games, and then the niggles will start coming out, and you never really feel all that great during the season. It's a period of about a month in which you're thriving, and then after that things get to be a grind.
Stevie, I'm going to be coaching my daughter's under 17 this year. Do you both play soccer? Do you play soccer? Yeah, you both. Are you good?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Who's the best between you two?
Yeah,
of course. Yeah, no doubt about it. Stevie, what advice would you give to somebody who's coaching under 7s?
Make sure they have.
Put the microphone up, in here. 20 years you've been doing this.
Make sure they have fun first. Whatever you do, make sure it's with a ball.
Yes.
And the kids can have fun.
Oh, nice. There you are.
That is what you do with U17.
There we go.
Can you imagine?
Don't bring.
Wait,
Don't bring the parents.
U7s.
Yeah. Can you imagine Papa
And make
Chewy
sure
going to watch
the
their
parents
game?
are not around. Yeah.
What's going on? Papa Chewy going to their games, trying to talk to the coach.
Oh, yeah. Coach.
What position do you play? What position do you like to play?
Goalie.
Goalie. Oh, wow.
What position do you play, Lenny?
Goalie.
Goalie. Both in goalie. Oh, there you are. Your papa played goalie once.
Yes,
Can you play?
he coached goalkeepers as well at one time.
Can you play for Manchester United?
Can you play for Manchester United? That's good, Jan. Well done. 46 minutes in. First thing you said. Okay, for all. Who's one teammate that you still keep in touch with? Jan? Obviously Haaland.
I keep in touch with a lot of players because I have the privilege that I can travel around, especially England and Germany, where I played. So I meet teammates all the time. And
Don?
some Don, of course. When I don't see a Don a lot, but sometimes I meet people that I've been on with here for ESPN for 3-4 years.
Yeah.
Suddenly we meet for the first time at grounds. That is always nice. No, but you know, I have the privilege to see them, so I love that. It's great.
Frank?
Oh boy, here we go.
Yeah, many of my national teammate, national friends teammate that I still in touch, like Emmanuel Petit, like Vicente Lizarazu, Marcel Desailly, even if it's is very far, he lives in Ghana now. But we share times, phone call, Instagram together, and I see the players once a year. We have a dinner every year together.
Yeah, and what are your expectations for Sesko at United this season?
I had high expectations.
Yeah.
But I also said in the show, when we compare the players who come to English football, if you took Ekitike and Sesko, it's a totally different basic. Ekitike comes into a team that is functioning. He's playing with Gakpo, Wirtz, Salah, all these players around him. They're a reigning champion. Sesko is coming to a team that were 15th in the Premier League last season. And you can see that he is lost in that team, as everybody else, even though who have been there, they are a bit lost. And Bruno and Cunha took it straight away, impressed by that. Cunha especially against Fulham, he could have two or three goals. But Sesko needs time. I don't think he has the mind of a guy now that they can lead the lines. So if they expect him to lead the lines, now they're playing on Saturday, they're playing Burnley. I think that is a great chance for him to put him in there from the start. But then they also have to understand that if you play with Sesko, you have to play some crosses. You have to look for your striker. Although, if not, you can't adjust.
And I think we're losing maybe some of the youngsters here.
We lost them a while back.
I'm waiting for the Mexican wave to start. That's when you really know things have gone south. Frank, I'm visiting London and attending the Chelsea match against Fulham at Stamford Bridge. What other places should I visit in London that are approved by Frank?
There is a restaurant, it was my favorite restaurant, it's called Scalini on Walton Street.
Okay.
If you want to enjoy the atmosphere, and ask for the pasta lobsters. They're not on the menu.
The what lobsters?
They serve them. They serve the pasta lobster.
Pasta lobster?
That's
okay.
Amazing. Pasta lobster, yeah.
Okay.
And that's beautiful. What else? You know, there are so many things that you can see in London. London is a beautiful city. It's an outdoor museum, so enjoy.
Oh, outdoor museum! What a lovely tagline. London Marketing can use that. Very much. Okay, I think we'll make this the last question. Stevie, your best ever game was away at Newcastle, when you scored a hat trick and also had a goal disallowed. Do you know how many goals a hat trick is? No? Do you want to guess?
Reed. Come on, Reed.
Have a guess.
6.
6? Well, how many do you think?
2.
2? It is in fact 3. Papa Tubsy Bubsy scored.
Tubby.
Oh, Tubby. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
It's not Tubbs. I don't know why that got in my head.
Will be now.
What do you remember about that game and were you a number 10 that was wasted at right back?
No, I wasn't the number 10.
Oh.
But I'll tell you what I do remember. The thing that sticks out is actually...
Okay.
The biggest one, obviously, is the 4th one that was disallowed, which shouldn't have been disallowed.
Yes.
But I actually had two other really good chances. One, I nearly lobbed the goalkeeper with a header. He made a great save. And I had another header at the near post from a corner, which I actually should have scored with as well.
Okay.
That's what I remember.
Wait, let me just go. She
What
won't go on,
about
I know
game?
she won't go on camera, but I've got to ask her this because Eleanor is here, everybody, who's a bit of a star, obviously.
All right.
Eleanor, how are you?
I'm good.
Can you say purple burglar alarm?
Oh no.
Yes!
Purple burglar alarm.
Yeah! There you go! She did it! Wonderful! There we go.
I think we got to go to VAR for that one.
Hey, Tubbsy, you've taught her well.
Papa Chopsy.
Oh, that is it. Guys, thank you very much. Great job.
Yeah.
That's it. Do you like this TV stuff? It's easy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Just turn up, talk nonsense. It's perfect.
Bigger. It's still the teddy bear. Is this a bigger version of the teddy bear? It's still creepy.
I don't know. Jan wandering around Oslo with that.
Stay away from Jan, kids.
This is the end of today's show. Just a reminder, ESPN FC returns tomorrow as we'll be continuing to reflect on what we've seen across Europe over the last couple of days.